Shalom, shalom. Before I get started, I want to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah Bahashem, Habakkuk. Double honors to the elder apostles, great millstone, who rule and teach well, and honors and salutations to the men of the Lord, doing the same and teaching the same. All right. This World War III news. All right. That'll be the title. I'm about to watch WW7. Okay, WW7. Okay. And Lord willing, it's edifying.
Hey guys, WW7. We got some things brewing here on the world stage. And it looks like Europe just wants war with Russia. For no valid reason whatsoever, they want war with Russia. Even though Trump is trying to strike up a peace deal and all this stuff, Europe and Zelensky seem hell-bent on kicking up a major war. It's been war, and Russia's been winning it. But now the United States wants to back out, pull out of it, potentially leave NATO. Europe kind of flipping out, saying, okay, we're going to try to do this on our own. And we got a few things happening here that signal that they're serious about going to major war with Russia, which nobody really wants. Leading the pack here is Macron in France. And he is stating that he is going to release invasion survival guides for all their people. So they're telling everyone and planting the seeds that Russia can potentially invade. And that would obviously only be as a repercussion of them advancing this war in Ukraine, because Russia's made no indication that it wants war with anyone. They feed natural resources into Europe every year and every winter. And Russia pretty much keeps Europe alive. They stop from freezing to death because of all the resources that Russia sends them. That's why I say the world is a stage. If Russia really wanted them dead, they'd just cut that off, and they'd be done in one winter. Well, France is also telling everyone to leave Iran immediately. So it looks like this whole thing is going to center around Iran here. The UK also saying that they're ready to send their special forces into Ukraine, into the front lines. Zelensky saying that the US is being influenced by Russia, and then also not wanting to agree to any of the real peace deals. Then also striking facilities after they say that they'll stop. Poland is preparing for a showdown with Russia. They have conscripted every single adult for military training. France giving out survival manuals. Poland making everyone get trained up for war. It doesn't sound like they want peace or are geared up to go that route. And all the Baltic states together, if you don't know, they've come together and they're building a massive defensive line. This defensive line has 600 bunkers, has tank ditches, dragon's teeth, rockets set up, and weaponry. And then finally, Trump gives Iran a 2-month deadline for this nuclear agreement. A 2-month deadline. Either they agree to it or what? I'm going to say they're going to start striking. It's crazy in the Middle East war scene right now, but it's pretty wild that you've got Trump on the scene trying to spark up a peace deal with Russia, and Europe and them just don't want no part of it. They seem to be the aggressors in the situation. They seem to be constantly pushing for war. So I wouldn't doubt it if some kind of mini nuke, tactical nuke or something strikes somewhere. I mean, they're striking deeper and deeper into Russia, and this is why Russia doesn't want to have any kind of ceasefire. He's like, it's just going to let them remobilize. But I feel like something huge is coming. Remember, on that Chinese rover pic map, there's a mushroom cloud coming from this area. One of which, in my book, we haven't seen yet. It would be one for the record books. Will it be Kiev, Moscow, somewhere in between? I don't know. But it really feels like something on this front is coming, something huge. We're in crazy times, are we not? Something big could happen anywhere at any moment, it seems. Join me for the live shows where I'm talking about this in greater detail. Going live Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern, right here on WW3. Hope to see you there. Much love. This is healthcare.
All right, make sure we rolling. Okay. Yeah, so World War III is coming to pass. It's materializing. All right. It's Revelation 16:12. And the sixth angel poured out his veil upon the great river Euphrates, and the water thereof was dried up, that the way of the kings of the east might be prepared. Okay? So you got the angels of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah, over there in the Middle East, doing the will of the Lord, making sure World War III happens and come to pass. Okay? The Lord mustereth the host of the battle. Okay, the Lord is causing World War III to happen. All right, so this is it's first a spiritual. It's a spiritual deal. Okay, there's spiritual intervention going on. All right, that's why none of the they're trying to seek peace, and they're trying to be diplomatic, but it's not working. It's a time and place for everything. We're in a time and we're in a season of the Lord causing World War III, all right, or the Battle of Armageddon, all right, to come to pass, okay? The Lord is about to bring great judgment on earth, okay? And Donald Trump just stated that they're making more chips. They're like they're upping the amount of chips that they're making. All right, and RFID chips. All right. I forgot what company, Salakia. But they upping the amount of chips that they're making and things like that. So that prophecy, the mark of the beast, the RFID chip, and that Neuralink, that prophecy is right around the corner. Okay, and Jacob's trouble as well. All right. So before World War III even go nuclear, all right, the mark of the beast has to be made mandatory. Okay, and we understand Jacob's trouble happens before World War III goes nuclear. Okay, all right, because when World War III goes nuclear, that's the end of Jacob's trouble. All right. So it says, verse 13, and I saw three unclean spirits like frogs come out of the mouth of the dragon, and out of the mouth of the beast, and out of the mouth of the false prophet. For they are the spirits of devils working miracles, which go forth unto the kings of the earth and of the whole world, to gather them together to the battle of that great day of Yahweh Almighty. All right. Behold, I come as a thief. Blessed is he that watcheth and keepeth his garments, lest he walk naked and they see his shame, which is spiritual. All right. It's not talking about literal clothes. All right. You watching by what? Watching the prophecies, watching the news. You keeping your garments clean. All right, by staying unspotted from the world. Staying unspotted from the world. All right. Remaining in this truth of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah. All right, and keeping the law, statutes, commandments to the best of your ability. All right. and stand prayed up in Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah. All right. And he gathered them together into a place called in the Hebrew tongue Armageddon, which means mountain of the troops. All right. So that's what's going on. So the Bible is a spiritual book. All of this will happen. Okay. And that's why you got presidents, you know, you got presidents, okay, and you got people on the news and quoting the Bible, all right, and the reason why the Bible is the most talked about book because it prophesies of the times we're living in, okay. It prophesies of the times we're living in. All right. So that's why everybody trying to dive into the Bible. Okay. So this 1 Thessalonians 5:3. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. All right. So we know what's coming. All right. You can't escape prophecy. All right. World War III will happen, and the Lord is making sure it happen exactly how He wanted and when He wanted. Okay. So even if they reach a temporary deal, like with Babylon the Great, America, and Iran, they're just gonna break that deal. All right. Even if they sign the agreement, the nuclear missile deal, they're gonna break that shit. All right. So it's no amount of peace. All right. And the world want the Hebrew Israelites to be wrong. All right. They want us men of the Lord to be wrong. Because they want to keep their society and their happiness. All right, which Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah is about to destroy all this. All right, that's pretty much all I wanted to do. And the original, which I'm gonna probably do it tomorrow, but I was originally gonna do a sit down on this pastor. I forgot his name. Who beguiled his congregation, into giving $40,000. So I'm gonna probably do that sit down tomorrow. All right, but Lord willing, that was edifying. I want to end it and give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Harakapadash. Double honors to the elder apostles, great millstone, rule and teach well, and honors and salutations to the men of the Lord doing the same teaching, same. Shalom.